Hey y'all, welcome back to Mama Zodi Taro. It's Mama. So as I said, we are doing how you meet your soulmate. And this is gonna be for my crew that knows that they have some things to work on. They know that they still have some healing to do that they have not done. They have not gone on a healing journey, have not had that dark night of the soul, quote unquote, as you would call it. Just really hasn't done the healing work to get to where they are, but still wants to know about their soulmate, and you might want to know what's going on. So I figured, since the energy was giving me, two different energies, it's plenty of people who want their soulmate, but some have done the work and some are not on the road to doing that work and need to, or are just starting. So that's why I decided to do two different videos. So this is going to be for my crew that, in the collective, who is still needing to do the healing work. You have three options. You have firecracker, funnel, and quill. Like I said, quill came out in both crew. So that was interesting. But I was saying in the other video, how do you pick your pile? I would suggest, taking a deep breath, a couple deep breaths, clearing your mind, clearing your head, and really just, clearing out your energy so that you can hear only your inner voice. And then hearing and going from there. Like they will lead you, whatever your mind first goes towards. If it's funnel, then boom, funnel. Like whatever you're first attracted to off of, get that inner voice. Like, what is your soul really telling you? And sometimes the message might be harsh and you might not want to take it. You might not feel like it resonates at the moment, but it could still be something that you need to hear. It just could be something that you're not willing to admit, so don't shoot the messenger. I'm just here telling y'all what y'all ancestors want y'all to know. Okay. So yeah, that's what I have for y'all. Like I said, you got firecracker, funnel, and quill. Pick your pile. I will put the timestamps in the comments for each pile. And I love you guys, and I'm gonna see y'all later. All right, my firecracker crew. Last but not least, my firecracker crew. But I might switch up the order of these. Who knows how I'm gonna post them? But anyways, firecracker crew, excitement. How and when are you going to meet your spouse? All right, this one is a rough one. And that's why I thought it was interesting that the card said firecracker, excitement, because this is your energy. You're somebody who loves excitement. You're very much a firecracker energy. You love to feel good. All right, you love to look good. You love to work hard and play hard. You definitely love to party and have fun, celebrate, all those kind of things. And I think that is what's all holding off you from actually meeting your person and having your person. Because honestly, you already lost your person, if I'm gonna be 100. But there's always more soulmates out there, right? But I am seeing with this Two of Cups in reverse, with the Seven of Pentacles, you already had somebody that you was supposed to be a soulmate with, that you was supposed to work on this relationship with, that you felt like you two were not on the same page, and that you didn't belong with this person. With the Three of Wands coming out behind that, you was playing it small when it came to this person, and you felt like that was playing small. Excuse me. You were thinking smaller. You felt like you needed to be thinking bigger. You felt like there was somebody better out there. You felt like it was going to be too much work, too much things that you would have to change about yourself. Also, because this person is not going for the partying and the chilling and the hanging out and all of those things that you like doing, entertaining a bunch of different people. And I am seeing that, yeah, you already had your soulmate and that person left, and so now you kind of have to do the healing work that you need to do on you with this stand your ground and saboteur in reverse, so that way you don't allow yourself or anybody else, these friends that you like to hang out with and party with and chill with, you never want to allow them to sabotage your relationship again. Because I am seeing that with saboteur coming out in reverse, they played a role in you not fully standing up. But I never like to blame other people, because at the end of the day, you had a choice. So, yeah, I am seeing that, it's really important that you get out of the energy of sabotaging yourself and allowing other people to sabotage your relationship by being, dealing with bad habits. Yeah, I can't make it up. What's behind fans? Skull. Hidden secrets can't harm you. So this is what you're learning now. All those little secrets and things that you're doing, that you was doing behind this woman back, is what resulted in y'all relationship ending. And now I'm seeing that you are dissatisfied with your life with this cracked cup. You want to get things back in order. I'm seeing she was an older woman, so she was older than you. And so that definitely plays a factor within the maturity. But it is really, really important that you start to do the healing work that you need to do. Because I am seeing Avenger in reverse with gossip. Because, You was, like I said, you was listening to a lot of gossip, and this is what was making you go against this person. This is what was making you feel like this person from your past was against you. But there's a lot of miscommunication and confusing energy. I don't want to go too deep into it because this reading is not really about your past person, but I do want to bring it up because your past person was your soulmate, right? Whoever's part of this firecracker crew, like, you know, the one that got away, the one that you can't stop thinking about, because my stomach is literally going crazy right now. Dreams and Nightmares is playing by Meek Mill, the one that you thought was, like, yeah, that you can't stop having dreams and nightmares about, the one that you thought was a perfect 10. She was everything to you, but you felt like she wasn't enough. You knew she was a perfect 10, but you was still trying to treat her like she was a 4 or a 5. Yeah, listening to gossip and what other people got to say about her instead of protecting her with this Avenger in reverse and having her back and protecting your relationship. Yeah, that's already happening. That's in the past, and you already messed that up. I'm seeing that now. Your social battery is drained. All right, with this peacock, your pride has gotten you way out of hand when it comes to this. All right, your pride has definitely gotten you in a bad situation when it comes to whoever this older woman is, because she's real prideful too, is what I'm seeing. But I am seeing nest, and emotionally secure, loving family is important to you with Beetle, good fortune. So it's really, really important to you to have a beautiful foundation of family and something that you can leave behind. This is what you're starting to realize, that, you know, being in the streets is not going to get you the happily ever after and the woman that you want. Like, you're going to have to change up your behaviors, okay? Especially when it comes to your finances and your money, and who you give your money to, and what you give your money to, and what you give your attention to. Okay? So yeah, that's going to be really, really important. But like I said, your social battery's been drained, and it ain't funny with meme lord coming out in reverse. You're not finding nothing funny. Memes ain't hitting the same. TikToks, videos, and YouTube's, it's not hitting the same. Nothing is not hitting the same because you're chronically thinking about this person, because you cannot get this person off of your mind, because you cannot stop thinking about them. This person, you know, y'all had a lot of sexual chemistry and fire when it comes to the bedroom. So I'm seeing that, yeah, you having a hard time not thinking about this person and moving on from this person. But I am seeing follow the guidance, it leads to the truth with video viral stars. So now you're starting to see this person clearly. Somehow you're able to watch this person with this video viral video star. I don't know if this person literally has gone viral, or however, whatever the case may be, you're able to see this person. Like, on your phone, you're watching them from a secret account. You seeing them on the TV screen. They like me and they do YouTube videos. Whatever the case may be, you have been watching this person, and now you see that this person was truly your person. You see that you should have followed the guidance that you was given to your own inner guidance, and look for the truth and seek the truth when it came to this relationship, instead of believing that this person was stepping outside of you. I'm seeing dark man and man. So that brings me to this part of the situation where whoever you are, you're LGBTQ, obviously either gay or bisexual, and I probably should have started with that. I probably should have started with that. I definitely should have started with that. I'm sorry. Yes, this is a person who is LGBTQ. This is not a person who this is the same sex relationship that we're talking about here. There was a dark skinned man that you was involved with that was definitely your soulmate. That was the person that you were supposed to be with. All right, I feel like I said, you're part of the LGBTQ, whether you're gay or you're bisexual. You either way, you deal with men, and this man was supposed to be your soulmate, or you thought that this man was your soulmate and y'all was supposed to have some sort of relationship together. But I am seeing with this wealth and frying pan, there was a lot of arguments over money, a lot of arguments over this person being money hungry with this wealth coming out in reverse. This person was very, very greedy, always looking for people to support them financially. So they were stepping outside of the relationship. When I say this person, I'm talking about you. So yeah, you care a lot about your wealth, you care a lot about your finances. So let me be more clear. You care a lot about your finances and your money, and what it is that you know, how it is that you make your money. But whatever the case may be, you could have stepped outside of this relationship because you wanted to, you know, you needed somebody else to help you with your financial situation. You might have been struggling. But either way, whatever these accusations are that's attached to your name about you being LGBTQ, they're obviously true. You are bisexual, and that's okay. That's not a big deal. But I am seeing that you missed out on whoever this soulmate was. If you was dealing with a masculine and a feminine, know that some people have multiple soulmates. So you could have had a masculine soulmate and a feminine soulmate. So if you lost out on both of your soulmates, then That's really on you at that point. I'm sorry. I hate to be like this, but the ancestors are like, no, we don't really feel sympathy for this person because this person was in the energy of being codependent. All right. Addictions was definitely affecting this person. This is probably part of the accusations that was being made towards you. Like your person was accusing you of having addictions. So you need to deal with your addictions. You need to work on whatever it is that's causing you to be in this energy of being codependent, feeling like you need to sleep around with this networker in reverse and night, which makes you, basically they're saying you'll find your person when you stop sleeping around, when you stop offering a couple love with this night, when you stop trying to be everybody's knight in shining armor, when you stop trying to love on every woman that you see in the community, when you actually start seeking a deeper understanding and actually start trying to work on whatever it is that you're supposed to be working on with this seeker and prince, because you are of the divine. You're a fallen angel, basically, is what this is coming up as. So you need to do what it is that you need to do to return to your angelic status, okay? With this slave in reverse and child divine. Like I said, you need to put an end to these addictions that are holding you back. You need to stop being a slave to these addictions that's keeping you from doing the work that you need to do. You need to go on some sort of celibacy journey with King and Virgin here. You really need to purify your energy. You really need to go to God. You need to do some cleanses. I'm talking about a weekly limpias, egg cleanses, spiritual baths, whatever is your form of cleansing. You need to really work on your cleansing. This woman is not going to come in until you start doing your cleansing, if there is somebody new. Because like I said, whoever this person was, they was coming in already to purify you. That last person, they were coming in to purify you with this virgin. That person was basically an angel that God had sent to help you, and you misjudged this person with judge in reverse, and you chose not to surrender to this person with martyr in reverse, and that was a mistake, because this person was going to help you be in the divine and be of the divine. This person was definitely sent to you by God, okay, and the two of y'all was supposed to be in Messiah energy. Y'all was supposed to be godly together, serving God together, but unfortunately you chose to be in trickster energy. You need to go to God. You need to stop judging yourself harshly, and you need to get into your Messiah energy. It says serving humanity with humility. You really need to get out of this mask energy with this trickster in reverse. You need to stop wearing a false mask, stop pretending, stop being demonic, stop being devilish, stop harming women. Okay, I'm seeing that you listen. Now we got dark woman. So there's a dark woman, a dark skinned woman, and a dark skinned man that's involved in this. Didn't I say that there was two people? That there was a man and a woman? Listen. Mountain, dark woman, and rooster in reverse. So with mountain and dark woman, it's giving me that this woman thought that everything was going to work out and be successful between you and her. But with this rooster in reverse, and you possibly might have too thought that it was all going to work out in the end, she realized that you was arrogant and boastful. It says an arrogant and boastful person that you should not cross. This is what she realized about you, but this is also what you realized about her. That's the point of somebody being a soulmate. Y'all was mirroring each other. So whoever this woman is, she's definitely arrogant. Oh no, this is somebody else. Oh, this is somebody else who you stepped outside of your relationship for, that you thought was going to be successful with this mountain. You thought you was on the road to success, but you had to find out that this was an arrogant, stubborn person that you shouldn't mess with, and that this woman is dark. Oh, spiritually dark. Oh, thank you, ancestors. I'm sorry. I had that all wrong. Whoever that woman was that you was dealing with, she was dark spiritually. Okay. So this is who you was cheating on your soulmates with. So you was cheating on your soulmate with a dark-skinned woman who was out here in devilish demonic energy. And then you was also cheating with a dark-skinned man who just so happened to also be somebody that was helping you financially with money. Yo, this is crazy, and it sounds familiar. And bro, I'm losing it because I want nothing to do with this right now. I ain't even gonna hold you. This is like, what, bro? And I'm telling you, y'all would think that I'm making this shit up when I'm doing these readings, but I promise you, I just asked the questions. I said, give me another collective of people that's looking for their soulmate, and this is what I got. Somebody who put their soulmate in an on and off relationship with this give your relationship a chance and true love in reverse. You have this person on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off, because you didn't think it was no true love there, and you did not want to give this person a chance. You felt like there was somebody out there that was better for you. This dark-skinned person, this dark-skinned woman, this dark-skinned individual who you found out was darker than dark, okay? She's dark-spirited, dark-hearted. You have to find that out on your own. And you have to stand up against whoever this person is, because this person does not want to see you shining. This person does not want to see you with nobody else with this sword, and consider the options in reverse. And you have to break free from this person. So I am seeing that the energy now is protection. All right, it's that you have to protect the care and connections that come towards you. And because you did not do that, because you chose to not do that, you now have to learn what that means, what it means to be a caring person, what it means to be a kind person, how to protect yourself. Dolphins are significant. Look up the spiritual symbolism of dolphins, because I saw dolphins somewhere in this deck. But yeah, it's really, really important that you don't allow anybody to bully you, because I'm seeing bull in reverse. So yeah, whoever this woman is, she's some type of bully, but just make sure that you don't allow that. I'm seeing pioneer and beggar. So listen, like I said, it's the energy of you and the energy of a person, the person that you was in before, begging energy. But if you want to be in the energy of finding somebody that you really want, then you have to start learning some new things. You have to start changing up your thought process. You got to start talking to yourself better. You have to just pretty much let go of what's not serving you and find what is actually going to work for you. You have a tendency with this pioneer to slow yourself down when you need to be motivating yourself to continue pushing, motivating yourself to keep going. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. That you really need to stop thinking about, shoulda, woulda, coulda, especially when it comes to the future, and actually just do the work that needs to be done. Okay, so that's really what I'm gonna leave it at here. I'm not about to go into the whole thing, but I am seeing the Knight of Cups and the Temperance in reverse. So if you be patient and you stop being impulsive and you actually get yourself back balanced, I'm seeing overindulgence, alcoholism, addiction. Yeah, you have to get yourself back realigned so that you can be back in this energy of being somebody who is deserving of love with this King of Cups here. Only once you do the work on yourself will you be able to find somebody who is even in alignment with you. I don't know if it's going to be this past person. I'm going to be 100% honest, because with this Page of Wands in reverse, there's somebody who's been going on their spiritual path. So unless you're willing to go on your spiritual path and see the bigger picture and actually do what you're supposed to do, then you're not going to have this person. But if you do go on a deep spiritual healing and do the work and actually really focus on your spiritual path, isolate, stay away from women, stay away from karmics, stay away from addictions, stay away from shit that you don't have no business doing, stay away from outside. Get out of your head. You know what I mean? Stop trying to go hang out and party and have fun, and actually start focusing on you with this gym rat, focusing on, your health, your wealth, your fitness, your body, doing things like that. Then maybe you will be able to find somebody that you actually align with. I am seeing overwhelmed mom in reverse with Grill Master. So yeah, it's like you need to conquer those. You have maternal and paternal. Okay, you got mother wounds and father wounds that you haven't even dealt with and that you haven't been willing to speak up about. But I am seeing that therapy, all right, with this coffee addict. You're gonna need some sort of therapist. Therapist is gonna be a big thing for you in order to find this. I'm seeing as far as December may be a significant month. You may get a chance to talk to this past person, this soulmate of yours that you had from before. But I don't know. Let's just get some last three on their new person, their newest person. Listen, I'm seeing needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. Lord Jesus. You're going to mess around and get the casket in reverse. You're going to mess around and be back with this person. I don't even know why I'm saying it like I'm hating, but yeah, you're going to mess around and be back with this person. Listen, I'm seeing bouquet. That's coming out in reverse with compliments from an admirer. So this woman don't want no compliments. She don't want to hear nothing about, oh, I think you're pretty now. Oh, I think you're beautiful now. But, in order for any type of wish to be granted as far as y'all having a relationship, you have to put an end to this old person that you was, like with this casket. And, I mean, if you're LGBTQ, then you're going to have to prove to this woman somehow that you plan on just being with her for the rest of your life and not being with a man, because if you've already done something like this to hurt her in the past, I'm not really sure how she's going to forgive you. But I don't know. I just keep seeing keys, successful outcome to your problem. So I guess you will do the work. You do the healing work that you're supposed to do. And a sincere wish of yours is going to be granted. So, yeah, that's what I got for y'all. Love you guys, and I'll see y'all later. And once again, I keep forgetting to read certain cards. It said losing part of yourself, missing piece gone away. So this had happened. You had lost who you were. You got off track and you forgot who you were. But I'm seeing finding fertile ground, steady growth, fruitful. So as long as you start to follow the guidance that you're being given to, actually do the healing work and grow and evolve, then hey, anything is possible. I guess anything can happen. Okay, so we got the Quill group. That's the last group, is the Quill group. Obviously, on the card, it says get back to basics. It kind of came out in reverse because this is the struggle here for you guys. You want to know how you're going to meet your, soulmate, your spouse, your significant other, the person that you're going to end up with. It's when you release this ex. It's when you stop believing that this person is your ex, okay? It's when you start doing the growth and the healing work that you need to do for yourself and not for another person. I'm seeing child nature here, so you got a lot of inner childhood wounds that need to be addressed, coming out with companion in reverse. So they're saying you need to, there's still a lot of friends, partners, people in this ex that you need to release and cut out of your life, literally, before you can get the soulmate and the person that you're looking for. How you going to get a soulmate? How you going to get a future person if you're still connected and tied to your ex and you're still hoping that things are going to work out? But with this companion in reverse, I'm really picking up a need to go within and start over pretty much. Like, and I'm seeing the Fool in reverse, so this might be something that you're fearing is what I'm seeing, as well as the Tower in reverse. So you really are not the type to want to change. Pretty much you're slow to change, and ancestors are saying like they're not playing with you right now. None of this is funny, none of this is a joke to them. All right, you need to start listening to what it is that they're telling you. With this authenticity and wisdom coming out here, you need to start making wiser decisions, making better decisions, being yourself, okay, your whole divine self, truly, no matter if people are not going to like that. Okay, this card says, be your divine self at all times. You weren't designed to fit in. Break away from expectations and fully express yourself in your own unique ways, and you'll be a magnet for success. So that's the only way that you're really going to get the love, is when you, the soulmate, the partner that you're looking for, is when you actually start being real and being yourself, okay, and not being afraid to do that. I'm picking up on somebody that, you know, is possibly very, very divine, but is afraid to stand up and take charge with this Tower coming out in reverse, as well as this Warrior in reverse and take charge, all coming out in reverse. It's all about you not wanting to be brave and be strong and be disciplined and be tough, you know what I mean, when you need to be. And, you know, I'm seeing always partying coming out in reverse. So, you know, you might be overly indulgent. I'm seeing heartbroken in reverse. So, you know, afraid of being alone. Confirmation with the way this chair just creaked. Let me fix this chair. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, you might be afraid to be alone at this time, you know, not wanting to be by yourself. But this is what they're asking you to do, to take a chance on you, take a chance for a new beginning for yourself in order to get this soulmate, in order to get the love that you're looking for. I'm seeing wolf in sheep's clothing. So, you know, you and the people that you were dealing with possibly were mirroring each other, as far as y'all weren't showing up as, you know, who y'all should have been for the relationship. We know, you know, with this Warrior coming out in reverse, it's a lot about not standing up for yourself, not having self-confidence, being very people-pleasing, allowing people to walk all over you, you know, not wanting to, you know, be in the energy of being heartbroken, but these people still somehow leaving you in that energy. So with that coming out on top of wolf for sheep's clothing, is just telling me that a lot of these people was coming in with a facade, making it seem like they cared about you, they loved you, they was going to protect you and care for you, and they left you, you know, in pain and sorrow. Like, they didn't treat you as they were supposed to. I'm seeing deception in the dark, truth hidden. So a lot of times you didn't know that these people were playing with you. And like I said, it's a lot of mirroring energy. So it's given that, you know, you were being deceiving as well. Because if you weren't being your authentic self, if you weren't being your true self, then how are you expecting to find people that mirror that authentic self that you really are? No. If you're pretending to be this person who, you know, is always out partying, drinking, who just, you don't care about nothing important, you just always looking for somebody to sleep with, you know, with the secret admirer and chair filled, which this is giving me the energy, like I said, like you already feel like somebody filled that spot. You have not decided to release your ex, but release your ex coming out in reverse. And because you still think that your ex is the one, how, if you still got that chair filled, how are you going to find somebody new? Or if you're constantly refilling the chair, constantly seeing the next person and the next person at, you know, every secret admirer that you get, you put them in a place of being in a relationship with you. How are you going to find confirmation, the right person? It's not going to work like that. You got to get back to basics, okay? You got to start over. And what that means is doing the inner child healing, figuring out what is causing you to even interact with these people. Because if you ask me, you feel like this person is worth waiting for, with this passion, and worth waiting for coming out here. But a lot of times all you have with these people is passion, especially with this ex, whoever the specific person is that you haven't chose to release yet, that you're waiting on to come back. Y'all have something sexual, yes, y'all have chemistry, you know, and passion as far as that goes, but it's not going to be something long term. This card says divine timing is at work in your love life. So just know that your ancestors are saying, until you do the healing work, okay, until you go on your dark night of the soul, until you isolate and get by yourself and stop talking to different people, do your meditation. You see with this yoga pretzel card, until you wrap your mind around what it is that you need to go back and do the inner child healing, do the shadow work, and stop talking to people, and stop letting other people have a say with this coffee cup in reverse, and always allowing other people to misdirect you, then just know that you're not going to find your person until that comes through. I would love to tell you exactly how you're going to meet this person, but I'm seeing that, you know, you're still worried about somebody that you're not twin flames with heart with a key and twin flames in reverse. You're still focused on somebody that you believe is going to turn out to be your twin flame, but this person is not. I'm seeing selfie fail. with the Seven of Swords, and clock came out right on top of that. So like I said, with selfie fail, this person is not who you think they are, and you're not being your authentic self either. So how are you going to find somebody when you're not being your authentic self? That's deception. That's manipulation. All right, you're trying to get a person that is going to be real with you and love you and care for you and be your equal match when you're not even being your authentic real self. That's impossible. That's not going to come through. Spirit is not, your ancestors are not going to allow that to come through for you. You have to start being who you are, being authentic, and then you will find that you won't find other people that's in the energy of deception. But as long as you being Mr. or Mrs. Sneaky, all right, as long as you out here deceiving people and tricking people and wearing different faces and shape-shifting. I didn't even see shape-shifting right here. Yeah, as long as you're out here wearing a mask, not being yourself, then yeah, you're not gonna find the person that you're looking for as far as love goes. Wealth also came out here. I didn't know what this wealth card was about, so I don't know if they're saying that right now you should be focused on your finances. Because that popped out, so it could be that yeah, right now you really need to be focusing on your finances and your money and making sure that you are protecting your your money and your legacy. You may have a tendency to spend a lot of money on your companions, and that could be another issue that you have to address. How these people that you end up in relationships with, specifically this ex, cause you to be in some sort of debt, cause issues with your finances. I'm seeing barter in reverse with King. So they're saying that you need to surrender to your true path. You need to surrender to your divinity, to your benevolent self, right? You are a leader. You're somebody who's supposed to be out here helping people in the community. I don't care if you're a man or if you're a woman, but you're supposed to be out here being a leader. And until you step into those leadership qualities and that leadership role and you surrender to that, then you will not find the person that you're looking for. Yeah. Listen, your inner child feels very, very lonely with this child orphan here. And until you address that child inside of you that feels very alone, that's afraid to be alone, that's codependent, that doesn't want to be on their own, that wasn't protected, then you will not be able to, find this person. So there's a lot of healing, wounds that need to be addressed. I'm seeing mother and virgin. I'm not going to go too deep into what I'm getting off of that. Mother and virgin is crazy. But I don't know if, at a young age you were exposed to things that you should not have been exposed to, or whatever the case may be, but I am seeing that it's really important for you to work on your mother wounds and heal those wounds, because that is what, might have been affecting your innocence. You might have had your innocence with this virgin coming out, your purity taken at a young age. Oh God, with child, divine, and student coming out in reverse. Something that you might have been taught, something that you learned in a young age that was, inappropriate. I really don't want to go too deep into these energies because they're not so good, but I am seeing that whatever this was, it took away your childlike imagination, it took away your innocence, it took away your childhood, and it caused you to have some sort of wound surrounding being divine, surrounding spirituality, surrounding love. But and it might have caused you to be looking for women to be a mother to you in that sort of way. But I am seeing that, whoever this woman is that, or this man is, whoever this person is that you're going to align with, this person is going to be divine and they're going to help you. But the only way is if you acknowledge your divinity, if you heal those wounds that you have surrounding divinity with mediator and Samaritan. Like, you have to mediate those wounds that you have surrounding being who you are, because you are somebody that is of the divine. You're supposed to be out here being a light, helping people, okay? You have the capacity to help people with the things that you have been through, okay? Other people have been through similar things, and you can't shy away from your role, because this is giving Chiron, wounded healer energy, where you're here to help people to push past the things that they have been through, and know that, that it wasn't right, that it wasn't fair. Of course not. Everything that happened to them was not okay. But show them how they could still be a light and be a positivity in this world, despite going through some really, really hard things. And the only way for you to be able to do that is for you to step into your role as a guide. By you doing the healing, you seeking a guide, all right? You not being a slave to the things that you've been through with this seeker, slave, and reverse and guide. You have to start doing the healing. You have to start searching for a deeper wisdom and truth, okay? Whatever that may be for you, you have to start searching for a deeper belief, a deeper understanding. Killing Me Softly was one of the songs that came out. So like I'm saying, like, it's like some of the things that you've been through, they were just slowly harming you. I'm seeing father and damsel out here. So like I said, mother and father, there's wounds. Your father might have, been the one that, treated your mother a certain type of way, you have to watch him treat your mother a certain type of way. There's a lot, like I said, that I don't want to get into about your business, because you know what you've been through, and you know that you have deeply seated wounds from your mother and your father, right? And having to be, you see how this woman is being, puppeteered sort of with strings, having to, fall victim to a lot of different things when it comes to your family dynamic and what happened in the household, and these things have harmed you, and you need to do the healing work, even if that means going out and seeking someone to help you and looking for a guide. Don't be ashamed. I'm a healer. I'm someone that's like that. Like, you don't be ashamed to look for someone who is willing to help you, all right? To find someone who is a true divine, servant, a healer, a practitioner, someone who can help you, who is really dedicated to service in the divine and wants to help you, because they can show you how you can unlock and heal your wounds so that you can do that same thing. It says delight in serving others with the free and loving energy. Okay, what does the guide card say? Represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. All right, the Samaritan card refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. All right, this is all about what you're literally here to do. Okay, what your purpose is as far as helping people. The Mediator card, gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. So that's what you're here to be, a mediator, a representative for the divine, to bring back divine order and justice to this world. My nose is itching like crazy. Oh, yes, I'm very nosy, y'all. But, this is just giving me that, someone needs to start paying attention, all right? Somebody needs to wake up and smell the roses, okay? Smell the coffee, all right? Because there's a lot of things that you've been ignoring with this break free and spirit circle coming out in reverse, as far as the people you've been hanging around, your friendships. You know that these people are not aligned with you. You know that you're not on the same page. You know that you're somebody who might be considered, an outcast, quote unquote, or you might be somebody who, is into things that most people are not into, and that is okay. You don't have to feel the need to explain yourself to these people. I'm seeing heart-to-heart conversations, and free yourself in reverse. I can't make it up. Don't feel the need to explain yourself to anybody. Free yourself from the need to, over-explain yourself to who people are with mansplainer extraordinaire and plant parent. Don't explain to your parents. Don't explain to anybody, all right? Your parents might have been, those types that was over here always talking to you, telling you how to behave, coming down your throat. There's a lot of, parent wounds. And I'm seeing ghosting guru with tech wizard in reverse. Like, you need to put that phone down, all right? You need to ghost that phone. You need to ghost these people. And you need to start focusing on you, all right? Because you got a mountain with this, laundry climber extraordinaire, or what does that say? Laundry mountain climber in reverse. You have a mountain, okay, an air of emotional baggage and dirty laundry that you need to be addressing at this time, and your ancestors are sending you a lot of love, okay, but they're telling you that there's going to be something that you have to do about it. All of these cards are no cards. I cannot make it up. Spotted reputation, going bad, rotten idea, the bridge is frail, crossing is risky, feeling fragmented, cracking under pressure, hidden dangers and stillness, proceed with caution. So there's so much no's here. It's like you can't get to seeing this person and knowing who this person is until you do the work on you. There's so many barriers and obstacles that your ancestors are placing in front of you finding a person until you release your ex, you release the past. You go into this hermit mode and you focus on you with this hermit and Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Like, you have to tear down that foundation because it's not solid. You have to do a complete transition in 360 with Two of Pentacles, lovers in the world. Literally, like, you're juggling with your spirituality and your friendships in your life and who you are, like, and you're juggling with your blessings. The longer that you wait to make this decision with this world coming out here with the lovers, the longer in the Two of Pentacles, the longer you take to change it up and switch it up and make the decision, it's going to be harder for you. I'm seeing Mars out here. I'm seeing air because we got Aquarius and Gemini, so you could be an air sign. We got Capricorn out here, Scorpio as well. Oh yeah, Capricorn twice. Taurus, and then we got Saturn. So yeah, it's a lot about earth signs and air signs. So you could be an air sign or earth sign. You could have been dealing with these signs, but either way, it's a lot about you wanting that equal give and take with this Six of Pentacles. You want something where you could build a foundation with this person, but you first have to give yourself the kindness and the compassion and the love that you're looking for. And in order to do that, shadow work. Okay, I'm going to keep repeating it. It's deep healing, okay? And you have to tear down this foundation with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Like, tear down whatever you thought it was going to be. It's not going to be that. And once you accept that and you start to do the introspecting and you move on and forgive yourself and start to find peace with the decisions that you made in the past with this Five of Cups in reverse, and stop being in limbo when it comes to, choosing you and taking care of yourself and finding balance within yourself and getting in alignment, then you'll see that the world will open up a lover to you. Then you'll see that, you can find somebody. I'm seeing Tortoise in reverse. and July. So maybe in July is when you first started thinking about separating yourself from this person. Oh, we in the month of July, so maybe you're now just thinking, and they're saying, listen, now is the time to do it. Okay, with the tortoise coming out in reverse, like it says, slowly but surely getting ahead. With that coming out in reverse, they're saying you have to start making progress. You have to start making the necessary changes and steps. I'm seeing roles and desks. Look, listen, focus on your finances. How many times I'm gonna keep saying it? Says pay attention to your work on that card. All right, you worried about romance, but you need to be focused on focused on your money. All right, that's the issue. Like, focus on getting yourself in order and rebuilding your foundation. You don't need to be looking for no lovers at work. You don't need to be doing nothing like that. I'm seeing bull and pin. So maybe it's time for you to get a new job, or find a new career. Focus on that, upgrading your finances and doing something that you really want to do for yourself. It's a lot about you, not really going after what it is that you want and seeing other people, doing it with this video viral star and impulse buy in reverse. But you can't just sit around and procrastinate with this procrastination master coming out in reverse and drama queen. You making up things in your head that's not there. You just got to go after it. I'm seeing overwhelmed mom and grill master. Listen, babe, at some point you just have to go after it, like I said, and just do it. Like, you have to stop stressing yourself, and you have to stop creating obstacles where there are no obstacles. All right, you can't back down. You have to go after what it is that you want, and be true to yourself. There's a lot of other stuff here that I'm seeing, but I'm gonna close it out right here. All right, love you guys, and I will see y'all later. I keep switching up the angle, y'all. Hopefully this is a good angle, but this is for my funnel group. Okay, this card says period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So for you guys, like I said, this is about how you're going to meet your soulmate in terms of starting to do the healing work first and what it is that you actually need to heal. Okay, so I am seeing rescuer and avenger out here. So what this is telling me is that you're the type of person that in relationships, you're the rescuer, you're the saver, you're the avenger. I don't care if you're a masculine or a feminine. When you are in relationships, you are the person who is taking the brunt of everything. You're doing you take on the financial load. You pretty much are your man, your Captain Saver, he or she. Like, you will come in and rescue people from their situations. Definitely provide for them financially. That's definitely not an issue for you. Doing pretty much all the things that the person had never experienced before. You're the type of person that when people come to you, they've never dealt with somebody who was, so nice, or so generous or so willing to spend money and provide financially and be there and do things for them. But what I am seeing is that a lot of this has caused you to be in the energy of being controlling, because we do have the Two of Wands with the King of Wands here. So what this is telling me is that you are the type of person that feels like, your way is the right way. You're someone who is definitely good financially. You're definitely an entrepreneur. You're definitely somebody who can overcome your issues easily. You're definitely a natural leader. You have no problem when it comes to making money, but this lends you to being very, very controlling. All right, the King of Wands, at his worst, he is very, very controlling, very, very arrogant. And this is how you can come off in relationships, whether a masculine or feminine here that I'm talking to. You come off as very controlling in your relationships. Look, I can't make it up. With the Queen of Cups coming behind that, where you have this compassionate, kindness to you, where you have no problem, being caring and being kind and being intuitive and all that good stuff. But that can come off as very, very controlling. Okay, I cannot lie. We have the High Priestess with Judgment and the Ace of Swords. So ancestors saying basically it is the truth that you can come off very judgmental. You can come off very controlling, very know-it-all, like with this High Priestess here. Like, you feel like your way is best and you know what's best. And where you may be thinking that you're just guiding someone towards the proper way, you can actually come off as just really controlling, like, and this can cause a lot of conflicts for you in your relationships, whether you realize it or see it or not, that you can be very controlling, whether that is with your words and, trying to control what someone does, or financially, because I am seeing jackpot and marrying for money out here. So what I got from this is that, that's one of the things that maybe you boast or brag about is like, that you are financially stable and that with you, the person is not going to have to worry about finances. And that's great. But, with groupie and talking shit here, it's like a lot of times these people feel like you're treating them as if they're some type of groupie. Like, you know, the way that you're talking to them is coming off as you talking ish, like you're talking mess about them, like you're not being kind towards them, like you're judging them, or you're treating them like they're some sort of groupie, or that they need you for finances or need you for anything. And that is a wound, something that you need to heal, okay, that you need to definitely work on before you see your person come through. I am seeing thief in reverse with child orphan. So what I got from this is that you could have been a lonely child, or you could be somebody that deals with codependency issues stemming from childhood, where you might have felt like you lost out on something during your childhood with this thief coming out in reverse. Something was taken from you, something was taken away from you. It could have been a father figure with this king here, or you could have also had just a parent who was domineering and very controlling and made you feel, you know, very alienated and isolated and alone, and didn't treat you so well. And that could be where you get that controlling mindset from. I do see plant parent with boundless love and embrace the change in reverse. So yeah, it's like with embrace the change coming out in reverse, it's like you adopted the behaviors. You weren't able to embrace change and do things differently from your parent. And whoever they were, they didn't offer you that unconditional love. The love was conditional based on whatever it is that, you know, you could offer to them. And obviously it gives financial, where your parents use finances to control you. And so that's a wound that you carry, where you sort of use finances to control people. And that is something that you have to work through before you're able to get the proper relationship. Okay, I'm seeing stuck in fear with dependence in reverse and courageous heart. So like I said, with stuck in fear and dependence in reverse and courageous heart, like I said, people end up leaving you because they feel like when they're with you, you make them feel like they're dependent. You put them in this energy of scarcity. Maybe you use scarcity tactics or use money to manipulate people. But either way, it's like you get in this energy of being so just controlling and focused on the outcome of the relationship that you don't even let it unfold naturally. And I'm seeing that the solution to this, the resolution to this, is to accept yourself and love yourself. It's a lot of acceptance and self-love that you don't have for yourself, and that's why you feel the need to control the relationship with finances, because you're afraid that this person doesn't really accept you for who you are and love you for who you are. So you feel like you have to control the relationship in other ways. Okay, I'm seeing religious factors, let your friends help you, as well as reconciliation in reverse. So like what this is giving me is like you lost out on a lot of friendships with this let your friends help you and reconciliation in reverse. You get so, you know, focused on the outcome that you'll even leave your friends behind. Like you get so tied to the relationship that you get off from friendships, and you get off from your spiritual path with religious factors. Like you allow the relationship to affect you working on your spiritual path, staying focused on your journey. You become so wrapped up and intertwined with the relationship that you're not focusing on your needs, you're not focusing on your friendships, your other relationships. You just become really, really intertwined with the person. Okay, I'm seeing, I can't make it up, with love on the brain. Like you really, really become in this energy of nostalgia and fantasizing with child magical in reverse, where, you know, you create illusions around these people where these people are not even who you believe that they are. Okay, and I'm seeing a difficult road in reverse. It says spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking the hard path in life. So with that coming out in reverse, it's like you're so afraid of things going bad. You know, like I said, you had this parent that was so controlling, and maybe you had another parent who was absent, is what I'm feeling. And so the role model that you had specifically was one parent could have been in and out, is what I'm hearing. But anyways, this one parent who was constantly there, they were somebody who had a hard time with letting things come into be, letting things fall into fruition. They were very, very controlling. Like they wanted to always control the outcome. I'm seeing same-ish, different day in reverse. So like I said, this parental figure was not really comfortable with change. And so you, as a result, are not comfortable with change. And so you have to start working on becoming comfortable with switching things up and changing things before you get what it is that you are looking for. Okay, I'm seeing miracles here. So I feel like it's one of those things where you don't pay attention to the little miracles that happen in your life because you're so trying to control all the little outcomes that you don't give the universe a chance to surprise you and bless you in unexpected ways, because you're so tied to a specific outcome, a specific person being the one, a specific love. Like I'm seeing new love in reverse. and soulmate. So it's like you might even be so tied to it being this specific person or a specific idea of a person that you're not even allowing yourself to be open to the love that you're supposed to have, because you're not open to new love. You're not open to a new person because you feel like someone is you decide that somebody is your soulmate, and you're just like, everybody else means nothing. Everybody else means nothing. Like, you're so tied to it being this one person. I'm seeing teapot in reverse with flowers. This says deep relationship with someone of the same sex. So you could be someone who is in a same gender relationship, or you could even like both genders here, whatever. You could be a part of the LGBTQ community is what I'm getting. But either way, listen, with this teapot and flowers, is giving me like I said, you will put people in that spot and feel like, okay, whoever this person is, this is someone who could just be a friend to you, but you feel like this person makes you happy, and so you feel like this person is the one. It goes back to that child magical, in reverse, those illusions that you're creating surrounding people and believing that it's that, y'all belong together, when that might not even necessarily be the case. I'm seeing beyond your ability, done to death, not viable. So like I said, sometimes you will dang, my hand is itching like crazy. Yeah, it's that money. It's like you feel like because you have money, or because you could provide for somebody, or because you could do something for someone, you feel like that's going to be the reason why a person will stick around, but then the person will still end up leaving you, which is to go and show you that at the end of the day, it's not about that. It's about you being your authentic self. I'm seeing spiraling up, rising tide coming out of your shell. So your finances are good. Your finances are going up. If your finances is not, perfect right now, trust me, they will be. You always recover. I'm seeing boss daddy and broke ass in reverse. Like, yeah, you're not no broke dude, and you don't like nobody who is broke. And maybe you might be thinking that when you're talking to people, you come off as caring and kind, but you could be coming off as sedity and high strung, and like you really just want to tell somebody how to behave. You could be coming off as very elitist, even when you think that you're coming off as caring and kind. I'm seeing unbothered and shine. So it's one of those things where you feel like the reason why people listen, you think your shit don't stink. I'm gonna just keep it above. With shining about you feel like your shit don't stink. You feel like you're all that in a bag of chips, and your ancestors are saying that maybe you need to slow it down. Maybe you need to take your time and go back, because maybe you think that you've been selfless, but you haven't been selfless at all. Okay, I'm seeing you deserve love. Would give your relationship a chance in reverse. So they're saying that you're somebody that is deserving of love, but whoever this person is that you think is your soulmate, that you feel like is going to be the person, I don't know. It feels like you're specifically tied to a certain person, and this person is not the person. But aside from that, you might also just feel like maybe you don't have a soulmate, or maybe you don't have a person that's out there for you. You feel like it could be either or. You could be tied to it being a specific person, or you could feel like there's not a person out there for you. You could feel like there's not a soulmate for you, and your ancestors are saying that there is. You do deserve love, but only once you be your authentic self. Only once you start showing people the real you and working on you with this impersonator coming out in reverse. All right, and you start to heal those inner childhood wounds. I'm seeing Knight and Femme Fatale in reverse. So like I said, you always want to be Captain Save-A-Ho. Did I not say that? I cannot make this up with Knight and Femme Fatale in reverse. Like, you feel like you can save somebody, whether masculine or feminine. I don't care what you are. If you're in the same, I don't care, whatever. You put the roles where it goes. You feel like you can save someone, but a lot of times with this deception, passion, and attraction, you were just dealing with people that didn't like you at all, that had no passion for you and no attraction towards you. And they were really deceiving you, and you were deceiving yourself by being with these people, because at the end of the day, finances, doing things for people, I don't care if you take them on 100 vacations, that was not going to make someone love you. That was not going to make someone care for you. I'm seeing starved for attention, empty promises, voided. Promises came out by India RE. So a lot of times, I don't know if you was the one making empty promises for people, or they were making you promises, but either way, you have to go back to the drawing board here, because I'm seeing that you're not being your authentic self, and you haven't considered all of the options when it comes to relationships. You've tied yourself to this outcome of not having love, but you will have love. You have to realize that in order for you to find a person, you have to dust off all of these things that happened to you in your childhood. You have to dust off all of these negative beliefs. You have to do the shadow work. You have to go within. Okay, stop believing that you have negative karma, with negative karma and dirt digging in reverse. Like, don't think that that you don't deserve somebody, because you do. But it's only once you stop being sleep on yourself with this samurai snooze button in reverse, and you start actually doing the work when it comes to you. When you start actually riding the wave and understanding that there's an ebb and flow to life, and there's going to be a season for everything, and you have to trust in the universe and know that everything is in balance and divine time, and you go with the flow with the universe, with universal harmony. And they do have somebody out there for you, and this will be opening, but only once you activate yourself, only once you walk through that portal. All right, with Gateway of Awakening and Seeds of Light coming out in reverse, you have to see that you are a light. You have to shine. You have to actually be your most authentic self. And it's so funny because earlier on, like I said, somebody thinks that their shit don't stink. So there's going to be different people that's watching this video, and you have to know, what's for you. But I am seeing that a lot of y'all are learning how to actually work with people, learning how to actually be authentic, helpful person, with this student in reverse coming out with Samaritan. Like I said, a lot of y'all thought that y'all was being selfless, but whole time y'all were using money and using good deeds and using help to control people financially. All right, when it came to love, and that is very, very childish of you, and it's something that you learned as a child. It's something that you got from your childhood. It's something that you carried with you, that you become almost addicted to doing. All right, and I'm seeing advocate in reverse. So what this is telling me is that in order for you to be a true advocate, right? Because like I said, you're addicted to whatever this false. You're almost stuck in this cycle of this falsehood. In order for you to come out of this cycle, you have to learn how to genuinely give without looking for something in return. You have to genuinely learn to be compassionate and put that compassion into action. All right? Don't do things just for personal gain, or don't involve yourself with stuff that you know is not good. Or you can't say, oh, I'm being helpful, but the cause that you're actually helping is negative. Then you actually didn't help at all. You actually just aided in some BS, pretty much. So make sure that you're out here being your authentic self. I'm seeing divination abuser with wolf in sheep's clothing coming out in reverse. You could be somebody who is into divination or into spirituality. Like I said, you're very, very intuitive. You came out as the high priestess. So make sure that you're not abusing divination to get ahead in terms of your relationships. Abusing divination to keep people, right, to wear this mask and wear this falsehood and keep people aligned with you when you know that you don't belong with people, or use it to feed your delusions and make you believe that, you belong with somebody when you don't belong with somebody. I'm seeing broken wishbone here. So your wish will not be granted about something. I'm seeing older man and kangaroo. So this could be a relationship with an older man that you was hoping was going to work out. But again, it's all about unsettling times and a lesson that you needed to learn when it comes to abusing people and using people for finances. Listen, okay, I'm seeing compliments from an admirer with dagger. So you could have thought that you was treating somebody well, the whole time you was abusing them. You were stabbing them in the back because you were doing things behind their back without telling them, whether that was with divination, whether that was using finances, whatever you were doing to control the relationship, whatever you do to control your relationships, whether that's using divination, spirituality, however you abuse these relationships and keep them in control. I'm seeing that's something that's holding you back. Don't Change by Music Soul Child is playing. So it could be something, like I said, that you learned from childhood. I'm seeing women, Vine, and Money Path. So like I said, you learned this from probably most likely your mother. Seek out information that will help you. Or you could be seeking out a diviner or, a spiritual or a medium and spending money to find out things to control the relationship. And they're saying that you definitely need to stop doing that. Listen, I'm seeing February, December. These could be, months that you were born in or months that you're significant or involved. Love, marriage, and dark woman. June is also significant. Listen, I'm about to close out this reading because it is getting a little bit too familiar. But what I will say is, with this dark woman, you could have, like I said, been seeking out someone who was a practitioner, or you could be somebody who was dealing with multiple different women who could have been spiritual and they could have been dark or doing things using divination to control the relationship. Put the roles where it may be. But what I am seeing is that you're going to have to right now focus on your finances and your career and your healing. Okay, with finances and career coming out, that's the focus. And focusing on doing your healing, getting to know you. Okay, getting to know who you really are. With this getting to know each other coming out in reverse, you have to really get to know yourself and get to know other people. I'm seeing honeymoon and engagement. So you might be the type that moves really, really quickly. Like I said, you shut everything out and you just lock in on a person, but you need to do the healing work when it comes to authenticity, when it comes to control, when it comes to the flow of life. I'm seeing circle of life in reverse with lunar protector. So like I said, it's something about you learning to be very, very controlling from your lunar protector, from your maternal figure. Like, this is what you have been taught, to not go with the flow of life, to not understand that there's a circle of life and that It says every phase of life has its purpose. Embrace the rhythm of cycles to find peace and insight. So I'll end the reading out there because that's definitely something that you're going to need to work on. As far as the top 3 things that you need to focus on when it comes to your healing, I got strength. So yeah, believing in yourself, like focusing on your inner strength, being truly compassionate. I'm seeing igniting your passion and your fire and being really courageous and knowing that power doesn't have to be so upfront. It can also be subtle, right? It can also be tamed. You see that lion there. Another thing you need to be focusing on, we have the sun in reverse. I can't make it up. Your inner child. What does that card say? Feeling down, overly optimistic, negativity, depression, sadness, carelessness, arrogance. These are the things I just can't make it up. These are the things that you're going to need to work on as far as your healing. Okay. And lastly, we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. That's Cancer, water. It says overindulgence, heavy partying, isolation, independence, alone time. 3 is a crowd and gossip. So yeah, it's a lot about you doing the introspecting and going within and making sure that you choose you and making sure that you go back and possibly apologize to some of these friends. That's what I'm picking up on from this 3 of Cups in reverse. There's a lot of friends that you indulge in that are not good. And then there's also, for some of you guys, friends that you have treated badly and isolated due to your relationship. And it might be too late or it might not be too late to reconcile, but you could always treat your friends better. And for those of you that know that you got friends around you that's keeping you in this energy of just siphoning you and using you and forcing you to, always be outside and not do the inner work, know that these people are definitely doing it for a reason. They're doing it on purpose, and they want you to be out of whack and overly emotional, and they don't want you doing the healing because they'd rather see you down. They know that you got a spark that is glowing deep within you and that you are somebody that has a lot of opportunities with this archway, but they know I can't make it up with the mountain in reverse. The only way you overcome those challenges is by doing the hard work. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. I love y'all, and I'll see you on the next one.